morning, guys. It's Monday, May 24th. We are going to go over what we're doing today. You guys officially do not have any more warm-ups to complete. I decided not to do one for this week just to kind of cut back on things you have to do to finish up the school year and make it a little bit easier. So if you go to Schoology and you go to today's folder, we're going to be starting a Gizmo, and you have the Gizmo to complete over the next couple days. This is all we are working on today. So if you click on today's folder, you will see the Food Chain Gizmo Lab, the Gizmo Link login, and I do have all the videos for how to set up a login. If you guys already have a Gizmo login, just disregard the videos. Otherwise, if you need to still set up a login, you'll just look for the letter of your last name and watch that specific video. Otherwise, if you're good to go, you'll click on the food chain assignment and make a copy of the link, and then open the Gizmo. I'm going to walk you through the directions as well. So you should have a copy of your Gizmo food chain here, the document, and you should have the Gizmo open. I have it split screened here so you can see, but I want to walk through a couple things to go through how to set this up. So the prior knowledge questions, you should have an understanding of if you've just completed the chapter 22.1 guided reading notes from last week and watched the ed puzzles. We just started talking about producers, consumers, and decomposers. So you should be able to remember what types of organisms those are. And when you go to the Gizmo warm-up, this is where we're going to start collecting some of our initial data. If you look for the current populations of each organism, you're looking on the actual Gizmo, not the picture here, and look at what the numbers are. Then you are going to select the bar chart tab. So that's at the top here. Click on bar chart, and it's going to ask you to play. Down at the bottom right corner here, it says the time in months. I would have it play through 12 months, which is a year, and then record your information. Then you're answering a couple other questions just on what you notice about these numbers, and then we're ready to begin activity A. So activity A is looking at predator-prey relationships and how those organisms interact with each other. So if you need to, you'll click on the reset button, make sure you're still on this bar chart tab, and then you're going to create a hypothesis for what do you think will happen, or how do you think the predator and prey populations affect one another. So we're going to make some predictions here. So you have this table on your document. You are going to predict what happens if you double the populations of rabbits. What do you think is going to happen to the grass? Is it going to increase or decrease? Same with the snakes. Is that population going to increase or decrease? And then same with the hawks. Do you think the population is going to increase or decrease if you double the amount of rabbits? Now where it says number here, I just want you to type in our original rabbit number is 2,566. So I just want you to type in what that doubled amount would be. And it should be something over like 500 or 5,000 rather. Then you'll play through and play through a few months or up to a year, and then type in what your result actually was and see if it was the same as your prediction. Then you're going to reset and do the same with having the rabbit population. So to do this, I want to show you quick. If we're going to double the rabbit population, that means we're going to add more rabbits to that. So in the corner of your Gizmo here where it has rabbit, it says add or remove rabbits and has the plus or negative sign. We're going to click our plus signs until we get to about 200, okay? It's okay if it goes a little bit over 200, but make sure it gets to that 200 mark. So then record that number that it has, and then you'll click play. Again, go through a couple months, or you might only need to go through 1 month. So let's Do that again. So we have our 200, and then we're going to click play and watch what happens. Okay, so that grass went down, the snakes went up, and the hawks went up a little bit. So then we'll reset. So that was only about 1 to 2 months. Then when we have the rabbit population, we're going to reduce that number to the 50 line. Okay, and then you again play, see what happens, and record your information. Then answer the questions. Then you're going to do the same thing for the snake population. So you'll look where the snake is, that's that purple level, and again, add and remove. And then you'll do the same thing for the hawk population, which is that blue level, and you'll add and remove the hawks. Then answer the questions that go along with that. Then activity B, you only have 3 things to do. You're making sure everything is reset. Make sure all your populations are good. And then you're going to click on this graph tab. Then you're going to kill off the hawks by moving them down to 5 and reducing the amount of hawks that are in this ecosystem. And then we're going to click play, and you're going to run the graph for about 12 months. So you're going to run all the way through. And then once you get that, make your observation and explain what happens. Then question 2, where it says click the camera button to take a picture of the graph. This is that button in the top right corner. I'm going to take it. It takes a screenshot of just my graph. So I'm going to right click, copy image, and then go back over to my document and right click again and then paste. And it'll insert just that graph picture. Okay? Then the third question, you explain and answer the question why you think the population of each organism changed the way it did. So this is a pretty straightforward gizmo. If you have questions, you can definitely email me. You have today through Wednesday. This isn't due until Wednesday. So you have plenty of time to get it done. If you need to get any other missing work done, please do that. Otherwise, this is what we're working on. So again, if you have questions, please email me. Otherwise, have a good Monday.